Well, good evening and greetings, everyone. This is Tammy Gates, and we are here for the second class, session number 2 of our social media for Asea. Excuse me. I'm really excited about tonight's session. I think this is one of the most creative and interesting parts of social media, and it can be very strategic if you take some thought and think it out and really plan what you want to do. So tonight we're going to talk about how to brand yourself online, because branding yourself can make a big difference in your bonus check. And so we're going to show you how you can create your own unique and personal brand. And this will directly tie into what we're going to talk about in session 3, which is attracting followers. And so as we move forward tonight and you think about creating your own personal brand, remember the reason we're branding yourself is to attract like-minded people. So however you brand yourself, those are the types of people you want to strategically attract. So we're going to look at 3 steps to building your brand tonight. And remember, last night we talked about, believe it or not, like it or not, you actually have already built a brand on social media. And so some of us might want to take a look at rebuilding our brand. And you may rebuild your brand down the road again and time and again over and over, because things change. And as you grow or your interests and activities grow, it's a work in progress. And so building your brand is never complete. So if you're rebuilding your brand tonight, no harm and no foul, because it's a work in progress, and we're always going to be continually aware and have our antennas out about our brand and creating our brand. So the first step in the 6-step process is to model your brand after the best and benefit from the experience of other people. Now, I don't mean that if you love horses, that you have to find horse lovers and model your brand after them, although you can do that. But more specifically, what I mean is spend some time looking through your platform, like Facebook, for example, at other people that you respect and admire for their experience in social media. They might be in or out of Asea, and they might be in or out of network marketing even. So look at some prominent people who you know and watch how they've built their brand on their social media pages. Look at their bio, look at their pictures, look at their posts, and then do what they do. So model how you're going to build your brand after them and benefit from their experience. So I've modeled the brand on my personal Facebook page after a few high-profile network marketers, and I try, and sometimes I will even post alongside what they're posting. So, for example, I follow a gal named Haley Hobson, who is with doTERRA. And if Haley's posting a quote, I will go post a quote. Now, it doesn't mean I post the same quote. If Haley's posting a picture from travel that day, I'll go post a picture from travel that day. So I try and model what other more experienced social media people are doing as well. So the second step is to make a list of your passions. Now, we started some of this last night, because last night's homework was to ask your Facebook friends what you're best known for. What interests and activities do they know you best for? Now, those are probably things you're passionate about. And so what I'd like you to do is make a list of 3 or 4 of your top hits, of your top passions, because you will attract people by what you're passionate about. And the secret sauce when we begin posting is going to be talking about your passions and making posts about the interests and activities that you are most passionate about. And that's how you will begin to attract like-minded folks. You're going to see your number of followers increase, and they will most likely be have similar passions to you. So write down what really drives you and what you love. And this, don't make this an exhaustive list. So it's not like you're aiming for 100 name list with your prospects, right? Just choose 3 or 4 of your top ones. Now, down the road, if you find something else you're passionate about, then you can begin to add that in as well, and maybe take off one of the less passionate interests that you have. You can also, it doesn't have to be activities and interests. If you are very passionate about spreading joy, you can list that as one of your passions. So step number 3 is to think about the flip side of passion. So the flip side of knowing your passions is knowing what you disagree with and what you won't tolerate, and it's what keeps you in integrity. And so on social media, we call these rants, R-A-N-T-S, and it can be beneficial and to your advantage to go off on a rant sometimes on social media. You just want to be careful that you're not branding yourself as a negative person who's always disagreeing with the world. So be careful with your rants, but they can be very, very beneficial. So the 4th step is your identity statement. And these are things that you're going to place in your About Me section, your bio, or your intro. So for example, I think on in my identity statement on Facebook, I say something like, I'm mama to 3, Grammy Tammy too many, something, and then I talk to God. And so because my passions are my family, my grandkids, I can't remember what that 3rd thing I put in there was, and my faith. And so I pulled some of that into my identity statement. So it's how I want other people to perceive me. So you're going to want to actually write out a short identity statement and then pull things from that into your bio and into your About Me section. And try not to just make it a list. Try and make it kind of fun and interesting, because this is, again, how people are going to perceive you. So I know one of us has, in their identity statement, in their bio, they call themselves a global networker and a fisher of men. And so that's kind of fun. It kind of brings up some fisher of men. That's kind of curious to me what that might mean. And so Make sure that your identity statement and your bio, spend some time on that too, because remember, this is all about your brand. So you want everything to be very cohesive. So the fifth step is to think about who your target audience is. So look back to step 2 at what you listed your passions and your interests. And are these the people that you're looking to attract to your business? And is it a wide enough scope of people that you will be able to attract followers? So you want your interests and your passions and your activities to have a pretty wide niche. And then think about, okay, now that these are the people I'm attracting to my page as I brand myself, do I want to make any modifications to that list of passions and activities in order to target a different audience or a bigger audience? So again, when we get into next Wednesday night, when we get into attracting followers, it's all going to be through your posts and what you're posting, what you're finding on the internet to post on your Facebook page, and it'll be based around this list of passions you've made. So you also want to stop and think, okay, as I'm thinking about my target audience, have I chosen the right platform to reach them? So in other words, millennials are on Instagram more than Facebook. So if one of your target audiences is millennials, you might want to think about also learning Instagram and beginning to post there on Instagram where the millennials hang out. Even a younger crowd, even than that, is on Snapchat. And the real creatives, women, are on Pinterest. And so think about, again, all of this needs to be really cohesive. Like you're baking bread and you want it to blend, the flavors to all blend together really well. And so again, think about this list of your passions and interests. Are these who you really are trying to attract to your business? Do you want to make a change now? And do you have the right platform? So the sixth step, and this is probably where you're going to spend, between the fifth step and the sixth step, it's probably going to be where you're going to spend most of your time this week. And we have a little homework challenge for you when we get done here too. But now that you're clear on who you are and what you want to portray online, it's time to think about how to do that. Now, we've talked a little bit about how to do that with the words in your bio section, and you want to think about how to do that with your pictures too, because if a picture conveys 1,000 words, I really want us to put some thought and effort into our profile picture and our cover photo. I think I have some good examples here. Yes, I have some good examples. So let's think brands. Okay, so this first picture is some Australia triple diamonds. Hats off to our Aussies, Nicole and Dennis. I'm sorry, Nicole and Justin. Nicole's last name is Dennis, is why I said that. So this is Nicole and Justin, and you guys, I love how they branded this. This is their profile picture. So your profile picture is the tiny square picture when you're looking at your Facebook page on the bottom left of the top of your banner. And so when I look at this, I immediately think these guys are fun. They have a great relationship. They're on a beach, so I don't know if they're vacationing or living on a beach, but the colors in this picture are pleasing to the eye. I love that brand. If you look at the picture of the man in the cabin next door, I personally know this man, and he's an outdoors sportsman. He's kind of mountain man's man. And so this is perfectly branded for him. He's not in a network marketing business, but he's still branded his profile picture. So now when you look at the next one of the zodiac sign, this is really confusing if you're trying to brand yourself. I like to see pictures of yourself in your profile picture so that people can see you. And it should be a better quality picture. So if you look at the Stand Up to Cancer profile picture, now that's branding. I like that because she obviously has a story to tell. But I'm not sure the quality of the picture is one you'd want to keep up on your profile picture. So you really want to search for a good resolution photo. I like the profile picture of the young lady with the dog. She could be branding herself as an animal lover or a special breed lover or something like that. The next two, the picture of the goose and the cartoon picture, really honestly are poor branding. And so you'll want to take a look, and I don't mean to step on toes. If anybody has pets or abstracts or something like that for your profile picture, just think about the idea that you are here because you're trying to attract business to your Facebook page. And so you want to be careful of what you put up there. And this is something you'll rarely change unless your looks, the way you look, like if you lose a lot of weight or cut a significant amount of hair or grow facial hair or something like that, or your picture just absolutely gets outdated, then change it. But other than that, unless you happen to just get a really sharp, snappy picture that you love, just rarely change your profile picture, because this picture shows up in your posts, it shows up in your messenger, in your news feed, and people will identify you by your picture and they'll recognize you, is what I'm trying to say. So that's your profile picture, little one, bottom left. So the other picture you have on Facebook is your cover photo. And this one you can occasionally change, but you want to stay, again, consistent with your brand. So I have two examples here. I have Emily Vavra, and you can see her little profile picture there. And then on her cover photo, she quoted herself and then stamped a little picture of her in there too. So that, I like that. That's really consistent with her brand, because if you know Emily doesn't mince words. She tells the truth. She tells it like it is. And she's very brave. Whoops. The second one there is who I was mentioning before, my friend Haley Hobson from doTERRA. She hashtagged mom, entrepreneur, and whole you there. And just with some words, success coach, life coach. And so that's how she's branding herself there on her cover photo. I have a couple more here. We know these people, right? And, that's a great profile picture and cover photo of Denny and Tom. And then she has created a quote there: make money while you're asleep and live life while you're awake. This is true freedom. We've heard her say that, right? And so she's staying really true to her brand. When you look at Alan Nobles there, I like this because I'm assuming this is from Ireland. I'm seeing he's a real family man. And then he has just a real nice professional profile photo there. So there's some examples for you. And as you look through, remember step one was to model the best. as you look through folks on Facebook, even your friends and other professionals you might know, this is one area you want to take note of. And there's also, a lot of people ask, well, how did they get those words on that picture? There are a lot of photo editing apps and software online for free where you can place some text over the top of a picture. So that's how they do this. So when you get done with these 6 steps, you will have begun to create your own brand. And that's the you that everyone around the world is going to see. So that's why we want to take some time with that. So here's our 2-step homework for this week. First of all, when we get done here, I'd like you to navigate over to your Facebook page and take note of how many friends you currently have, because we're going to start building this number and you're going to start growing your network of people who have eyeballs on you, and we're going to start growing your target audience. And then after you have been able to get your profile photo, your bio section, and your cover photo how you want them, then I'd like you to start posting at least one time every day between now and Wednesday, something to build and create your brand. So now you're going to go back to your passions and your interests and post. And next Wednesday, when we have our How to Build Your Followers class, I'm going to have a list of what to post. I'm going to have an example for you to follow for an entire month of things that you could post. And that's where we're going to go next Wednesday. But for now, between tonight and next Wednesday, just have fun exploring your brand and have fun exploring your passions and your interests. Remember, sometimes you want to be a curator of information off the internet. So, for example, I put up an example on my personal Facebook page for you guys to see. And in the spring, I love my greenhouse. And I think all year long about my greenhouse. So last year I decided to compost, and I'm a complete and utter failure at it. And so I was scouring the internet about how to compost, and I curated a post from a blog on composting. So a lot of times when you're online, they'll have a share button and you can share that right back to your Facebook page. So that's what I'm talking about with this. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's class. So as we go through this, remember, we're not doing Facebook Live for this course. That was just not possible for me to do this time. Last night, we talked about how social media has changed our habits. Tonight, we talked about branding. June 7th and 8th, we're going to talk about how to grow your base of followers and how to convert them to, that should say prospects. Convert your followers to prospects. And then we'll have another week's break. And on June 14th, we're going to show you how to teach your team to duplicate. So that's our class for tonight. I really, really enjoy sharing what I've learned across the year with you guys. And we will be back at ya with our class next Wednesday, 5 p.m. Mountain. This will be up. The recording will be pinned to the top of Dream, Struggle, Victory. And so if you want to see last night's session number 1, you'll have to scroll down quite a bit because I'm going to unpin it from the top and replace it with this one. And so this one will be at the top of Dream, Struggle, Victory until next Wednesday or so. So I also will be over in the Dream, Struggle, Victory group tonight, chatting with people and answering questions. So thank you guys. Enjoyed tonight. Bye-bye.